Well, welcome to the post-show debrief. Great to have you with us. One of our guests today, the former Defense Secretary, Donald Rumsfeld, a terrific guest, and he's written a terrific memoir, Known and Unknown, and I urge you to read it because it's a wonderful look at a great career in public service, serving 4 presidents. And Donald Rumsfeld, by the way, is remarkably the youngest defense secretary in American history and the oldest to serve as defense secretary, and quite a career he had, and I think you'll enjoy the book. It's Known and Unknown. You can check it out here on Dobbs.com and order it. It is a terrific read and an important one, a controversial figure, and as I talked to him, I told him I was one of those critical of many of the policies that were pursued by the Bush administration, particularly in Iraq and Afghanistan. But I have to say, the memoir is compelling reading. I think you'll find it. Interesting and a very good read, and certainly a great historical record for as I say, a great public service career. Also talking with K.T. McFarland, Fox News analyst, about all that is happening in the Middle East. These are strange times, and it's as if American diplomacy and strategy is so far behind events as to be completely irrelevant. That has to be deeply troubling for all of us. That's my view, not K.T. McFarland's. But she was clear in expressing the hope that the United States will do what it can to support the concept of democracy in each of the nations that is going through so much tumult and civil unrest and outright violence as in Libya right now. Also talking with Michael Goodwin, Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist for the New York Post, talking about all that is happening in state capitals around the country in this confrontation between public employee government unions and state governments. Michael calls it a culture of entitlement that is now being confronted by a harsh reality. That is, in times like these, when state governments, for that matter the federal government, is broke, something has to give. And the people who do not want to give are those most entitled, and those are government employees who have massive pensions by comparison to the private sector, in many cases making almost double in compensation and benefits what private sector employees who pay their salaries are making. It is simply an untenable situation, as we're seeing in both Wisconsin and Ohio. Soon it appears to be in Indiana. The states of New York and New Jersey already confronting these issues, and it looks as though this is a confrontation, a conflict that is between public sector employees, whether teachers or firemen or policemen, government workers of any kind, and the taxpayers who pay their salaries. One caller today actually said to me, well, why not just raise taxes another 2 cents? As if that were the solution, rather than cut benefits or cut the salaries of state government workers. I mean, that's the attitude. And it seems very difficult to explain to people. It's hard to raise taxes on people who don't have a job. It's hard to raise taxes on people who've lost a third of their income if they have found a job since they were laid off in these difficult economic times. But as I said today, and I tweeted about this, this is, in my judgment, the principal domestic policy issue that we will confront in this country. That is the confrontation over debt and taxes, and the great conflict will be how we resolve the question as to whether or not public sector employee unions are continued or whether they are abolished. These are going to be fascinating days, weeks, and months ahead. Thanks for being with us for the post-show debrief, and I'll see you next on the radio.